Hello. All right, we have another new chapter of the One Punch Man webcomic. There was a slight delay between this and the previous chapter, like 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. Before, of course, we went months and months without a chapter, so hopefully this semi-frequent pace will continue. In the last one, we set up a lot of pretty exciting fights. Prisoner versus this Yokozuna super sumo wrestler, sorry, whom we haven't seen a whole lot of yet. We also have, of course, Metal Bat fighting the security guards of the Nero Heroes. Speed of Sound Sonic, just messing up people. The power levels are all over the place. We're not really sure how the hierarchy of heroes versus Neo Heroes completely stacks up. I'm very curious to see just how much we actually get into these fights before kind of the next major plot component rolls along. We're not at full out hero on hero war yet. There's still a lot of kind of conspiracies and shady stuff going on with the Neo Heroes. So it's like, how much are we actually going to focus on any of these fights? Or are they just going to be another kind of one-pager like the war against the dragon monsters that showed up so mysteriously? Okay, at the end, of course, is the most hype fight of all. Garo has been found. He's just carrying boxes. That's what his hero hunting strength has amounted to. And Suiryu is going to fight him. A dream match for the ages. I feel like Garo, based on what we've seen, should just kick Suiryu's ass. But I don't know. I guess these things have never really been tested. Anyways, shoutouts as always to our translation and typesetting team. Vibhav, do it all for you. I said this video would be out in the afternoon, but it's before midnight, so that's still technically afternoon. It's like 11 p.m. Anyways, yeah. We return to this scene of Garo. Nice. Garo just broing down with the moving people. Okay, I'm into it. I don't know how receptive he's going to be to these sorts of things. I don't know kind of how social he is now, how integrated he's become into society. Let me stop at the daily rear. Doesn't work for me full time. Any hardworking youngster like you. Oh, whoa! Oh man, that's dirty. They just riddle Garo with shots out of nowhere, these darts, which I'm sure contain some sort of debilitating poison, neurotoxin thing, whatever. Of course, their goal, being part of the Neo Heroes, is to capture Garo's body and cyborgify it, and make them into their hero slave puppet. Tranquilizer darts, yeah, they didn't hit. Yeah. Nah, that's about what I expected. I like how this is depicted. That one makes it a little ambiguous. Is he getting hit, or is he actually just kind of jerking his body around purely reflexively and catching all of them? It's going to be so interesting to see what Garo's state of mind is now. This guy's somehow still standing. Should be sleeping like a baby. Okay, they all rush in. Oh, look at his new haircut. He looks like so normal person, Gore, but he's still so badass. Just that facial expression. Remember when he spit his tooth out and it was like a bullet? And it like pierced the sidewalk? That was so badass. This has like the same sort of energy. I don't know, man. One's drawing talents. Even though, you know, we joke about them. We compare them to Murata and we may be left wanting. But in moments like this, just with very subtle character definition and stuff, like, damn, that is certifiably badass. Okay, they all jump in. They're all swinging in. I love sequences of panels like this where milliseconds, nanoseconds are passing between each successive frame. It's almost like one of those spot the differences. Whoa. Oh man, he was getting along with that guy, sort of. Or at least that guy was trying to get along with him. Could have been the start of a whole new life for Garo. But he had to go back to the old me. Lord help me, I'm going back to the old me. Okay, so now the real fight begins. Suiryu versus Garo. So I said before that, like, based on what we've seen, it feels like Garo should just, like, wallop Suiryu. Because Garo has fought with like dragon tier monsters in the Monster Association. He's like soloed a ton of demon tier monsters. And Suiryu lost to dragon tier monsters, the converted people in the martial arts tournament. But like, it's hard to say, right? Because once you get into dragon tier, there's a huge power range. Like Garo would lose to some dragon tier monsters for sure. But maybe there's other ones that Suiryu could have beaten. So who can say for sure that the ones that Suiryu lost to would have also not would have also not beaten Garo? I don't know. Whatever. I'm sure it's going to be a friggin' awesome fight. One that I'm going to really enjoy now. And then when Murata redraws it in like 2042, I'm going to be absolutely ecstatic. Okay. Grandpa Suichope's pal bangs. It's a hard sentence to read. I'm very curious about Suiryu's like teachers and stuff, of course. The Void Fist. So it looks like it's a family thing, which makes sense because his sister knows it too. But what does it mean to really be a practitioner of the Void Fist? We're seeing conflicting things. Suiryu just kind of dicks around and is amazingly strong. His sister is really try-hard and gets more powerful when she's drunk. Do any of these have anything to do with the actual Void Fist? I don't know. I won't be that easy, Garo-kun. Suiryu, will take you back to Neo. He just doesn't care. He's actually become kind of Saitama-like. He's reached some sort of transcendental Saitama-esque enlightenment where he's just kind of content normally living out his days and not necessarily operating under this grand ideal or anything like that. That he's just kind of he's over it. He's just over it. He's over all of this. Okay. So he rushes in. It's a good punch. You can tell that Garo is actually having to kind of respond to this. Whoa, like one is getting actually so good at this. I mean, you know, again, the detail may be lacking, the anatomy may be sometimes questionable, but just the choreography, the dynamicism of like just these poses and stuff. It's pretty good, no? Suiryu does some spinning and punching and kicking in back and yeah, it's all good. It's all good. This is cool. Almost a little Kamehameha action here. Unclear if this is just like a effort pressure blast thing. You know, the way punches can shoot airwaves and stuff, or if this is actually a feature of the suit. Whoa! Cool. Transition between this panel and this panel is a little strange, but whatever. Also kind of looks like Garo is just extremely short in this panel, but whatever. Nice. And look at Suiryu. He has to respect. Really feeling like a Garo-kun? Ooh. Oh, I love it. I see such a contrast between this and the fight way back. And I don't remember how much of this is in the webcomic, but in the remake, there's the very exciting scene where Garo like throws the tree at Genos. Just that like kind of wanton destruction using anything in the environment, just throwing it around. That desperation. Now it's being thrown at Garo. The tables have completely turned. And what does Garo do? He catches it? I like the detail that he uses his foot to kind of support it too. And he just gently sets it down. Okay, ooh, Suiryu busts out. This is kind of interesting because Suiryu hasn't been in the webcomic before. His entire little arc and all of his previous fight scenes were just in the remake. But it seems like those are all canon, or at least they accurately depict Suiryu, because this is a technique he used during his fight with Saitama. It was one of the big climactic moments. He starts stomping so hard that his feet go into the concrete, so he can like do the super charged up, super all of his momentum into a punch. And Saitama just skids backwards. Or no, does he get hit up? I don't know. I've reread those fights like a million times, so the images are in my head, but I don't remember the exact causality. He punches the truck! Oh, I didn't see that coming. He punches the truck at Garo. And Garo is pissed off because that's his boss's truck. And he likes working there. Oh, man. So now Garo's kind of pissed. But it's like a Saitama-esque rage, too. It's not some gigantic ideals being represented in a rage. It's not something where he understands the scope of the evilness of the Neo heroes. He has no idea. Garo probably has never even heard of the Neo heroes. But just that, very much in the moment, you wrecked my buddy's truck. I can't forgive that. In the same way that Saitama is like, you made a mess of my apartment. I can't forgive that. You made me miss the Sunday sale. I just simply can't forgive that. Surprising and yet unbelievable, you don't seem to have used even half of your full strength yet. Dangerous to fight unarmed. So finally try out this battlesuit thing. Okay. So now we see just how much faster it makes him. And the visual language here, I think, is worth commenting on that. Like, before, there was really cool, like, speed lines and stuff. You know, this shot especially, I think, is fantastic. Just the meteor-like speed of his feet there. But then, oops. Where were we? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here. Like, you don't even see Suiryu anymore. It's just the force of the attacks. And here, like, where you see Suiryu, Garo is responding to attacks that were, like, before that. So just this, like, sense of evolution of speed being conveyed just through the impacts and the hits. That stuff is so cool to me. Oh, man, manga is so amazing. So, yeah, just the after images, the blurs, like, these are techniques being added to depict the sped up fighting. Nothing crazy, but this guy's observing my Void Fist and starting to match it. Much more time, I'm going to get overwhelmed. Test this too. A special feature is only built into the suits of the Neo leaders. Limiter release. Okay, so this is the thing that Blue was using when he was fighting that big Squidmon. That made the suit like burn out and made him go like, all right, I kind of got wrecked there. Of course, he still ran off to try to fight more monsters, but it seems like this is a one-time only. I'm going to sacrifice my suit and maybe part of myself in order to get more fighting strength. So he gets a hit in. This looks like cheating. If he's got like electrified fist, that's not martial arts anymore. I guess that's what he said. Oh, it'd be dangerous to fight unarmed. So Garo should be able to get like a knife. Can you imagine Garo fighting with a knife? For some reason that feels very suitable. This is cool too. Just these like very cinematic action panels where in the movie it feels like it would go into the sudden burst of slow-mo. Just walloping him. Dang, so this really did give Suiryu the upper hand. But, as Suiryu commented, Garo didn't really seem to be trying yet. So who knows how it'll match up to try-hard Garo if that is unleashed. Okay. Nice. And here we see kind of a direct contrast to that panel I was pointing out earlier. Where, like, he was kicking and his leg was like a beam of light. Now it's even more so. Now it's just this, like, sketchy blur. It's beyond a light trail. It's just pure energy. Ooh, I like this too. Like one kind of momentum within the panel, but then it looks like a million fists. Is this blood too? Are these like blood splatters of the fists glancing past Garo? This one right in the stomach, a kick to the side, 4 quick kicks along the side. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm totally cheering for Garo here. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but... Not that I don't love Suiryu as a character as well, but... I want to see Garo kick some ass. I don't want to see these Neo Hero chumps get their way. Cool shot. His fists multiplying, and his facial expression is almost like he's confused by his own power. Like he can't even comprehend just how quick and mighty these punches are anymore. It's like, okay, I'm gonna start punching as quickly as I can. But oh my god, I can punch fast. What? Are you kidding me? I can really punch this fast? Alright, hell yeah, I guess I can punch this fast. Alright, here we go. And this is all from, like, Garo's perspective, I think. Okay. It's getting pretty wild. Is there anything Garo can do? It's overdoing it. I can't stop my attacks. So yeah, this is, I guess, what happened with Blue, too. And it started destroying the suit. But Garo looks like pretty rough shape. Like, this is not a facial expression we're used to him making. Stop, did it break? So much more potent than martial arts or anything else. My confidence just took a hit. He's still alive? Of course they want him alive, I guess, for the cyborgification. Oh boy. Uh-oh. So Garo's just back up. You know, I was saying, like, oh, Garo's getting pretty rough. I don't know. Did he lose this fight? Dude, what was I thinking? We have seen Garo at the brink of death. Like, his eyes just coated in blood, his bones, like, limp and hanging by tendrils, a gigantic hole in his gut, and he's just like, ugh, I need to sleep a bit, and then I'll keep fighting. So what the heck is this gonna do to him? Look at this. All of his limbs are still attached. It's pathetic. And, of course, Suiryu has already played his trump card. The battle suit seems totally out of commission. Oh, and Garo is pissed off. Come back, hurry up and run. This guy's extremely dangerous. Bar trouble, nothing but... Oh. See, this is interesting. This guy was getting along with Garo. Garo had obviously done quite a few jobs for him. But because Suiryu is wearing the suit of a hero, because Suiryu represents that institution in this guy's mind, he makes up his mind about this situation not based on the personal history of these people, not based on, you know, what actually happened at all. I guess he didn't really see what happened, but whatever. But he bases it just on the fact that Suiryu is wearing the hero uniform, and therefore whatever he says is true, and whatever he's doing is justice. And Garo sees this and hears this, and he's like, what have I been friggin' saying this whole time? And he just walks away. Kind of wanted to see him beat the crap out of Suiryu, I'm not gonna lie, but that's powerful. That's powerful. Suiryu's probably failed. Good for giving amateurs a good power-up, but for safety, I'm not sure. Moves became much more intense than I expected, quickly overheated, stop working. You need to know the trick to use it properly. Great for lower ranks, high ranks it can be restraining. Really surprised to find that name in the Hero Handbook. Maybe I'll go check on him tomorrow. So here we have a very ambiguous pronoun usage. So I assume that's being carried over from the original, where it didn't specify either, which is pretty common in Japanese, that you don't specify gender of talking about a person. You would just say, like, that person or whatever. I'll go see that person. So who could it be? Maybe his sister? This is why I was making this comment about the gender neutrality of the statement, that it could be a sister. Could be Saitama. Be kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. This is the most focused chapter we've had in like a very long time. We just followed this one plotline all the way through. I guess because Garo isn't part of the Hero Association, it doesn't really have big ramifications on what the overall plot of this arc might be like, but very interesting, no? Just Garo walking away into the sunset. Has nothing to prove to anyone. Alright, very cool. Good chapter. Let's hope that these releases of this frequency continue. Bye-bye.